What's up, Show Pony?
Not me.
What?
Last night, I know after the Heat one, you had to be prancing around that arena looking for kids.
It was amazing. It was, let me just say, the best. It was, you know what? You want to know why it's the best? Because my day started with going into the Bayside parking garage, and I saw a father and a little son, both wearing Steph Curry jerseys, going to Bayside. All right. Father's jersey, way too snug. And I was like, man, I really hope their night is ruined. And then this Steph Curry comes out there, and let me tell you something. Two things. One, he's adorable. Second of all, he's amazing. All right. And it really is. Like, you watch him warm up. And shout out to not Schmeeth and Schmolnick, but our guy Ethan Skolnick, who's like, man, this is like when I got to watch McGuire take batting practice back in '98. I'm like, right. Yeah, it is like that. Because Steph Curry goes out there, and it's like watching him practice is almost better than watching him play, because he's a showman, and he goes out there and he's doing half-court shots and trick shots, and it's dazzling. And he's got the whole lot of them, all these little bandwagoners eating out of the palm of his hand. And I thought, I was like, man, he really is amazing. And I'm like, no, I'm falling for the tricks. And then and then the game starts, and they get the win. And my night ends, and the best thing happens. I leave the Bayside Park Garage, and I see a mom and her son walking away with their sad little Steph Curry jerseys. I was like, full circle. What a day. What
Stupid
a day.
Kid.
Stupid kids. I love it. I love watching the little bandwagon jumpers go home sad because their idol Steph Curry lost. And guess what? These kids cannot live in fantasy land anymore, okay? You got to grow up, Peter Pan. And you live in a house of lies where you were told Steph Curry was the best shooter on the planet, where, in fact, you saw him resurrect last night, and that man is Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is the best shooter on the planet. He showed you last night. He's back.
I don't think he ever left.
But he's back, and he did it in a big win.
Right. Because, I mean, he didn't have as good a year last year. But as far as where he stood in the NBA, he was still top 10.
Yeah, but Spo played him 8 minutes against the Kings, dude. I'm like, what the hell? What did he do?
Again,
what did he do? Did he have stats? Like, what happened?
That's the other thing that has to be considered, is that Dunks, of all his contemporaries, he's not playing the minutes they are.
Look, I gotta tell you, maybe they should play him some more, because you know what I realized yesterday? 3-point shots are good. They should do that more, because they haven't been doing that this season, and they did it last night, and it was amazing.
I think they put up like 42.
Oh, like it was beautiful. It was bombs away. Dude. Even Jimmy took 7 threes last night.
Yeah,
now,
it was bombs away.
You think they get caught up in that because that's what Golden State does?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I don't know a lot of teams that want to get caught up in a shootout with the Golden State Warriors, but that's what happened.
Spo said this last night, though. He said it's Duncan Robinson, and he said you got to fight shooters with shooters. And I was like, wow, that is the answer to the test, isn't it? That is the answer to the test. He said they knew the answers to the test, and he came around and he goes, wow, fight shooters with shooters. J-Vic, can you get this last night from Spo? Because he was a beaut.
Duncan is so ignitable, and regardless of whether he's knocking down shots, he has that reputation that everybody on the opposing bench is screaming, and always like trying to call out where he is and what kind of actions he does. He has a great feel and nuance for how to set screens, or how to get behind the defense where they don't see him, or how to run to the ball to create an action, an overreaction. And he's been steady. This is not easy, for any of these guys, as we're trying to figure this all out. But he has incredible grit and perseverance. Nothing that happens will affect his approach the next day. He just comes in every single day working at it, and those minutes were so important. I think he was plus almost 20 in the game. And you're playing against a team like Golden State where they have shooters all over the place. Well, you need to fight shooters with shooters as well.
That's right.
He's
right there, dude.
If I may.
Fight shooters with shooters, dude.
No. Hold on. Spo, during several stretches of last year. Now, let's just make a mental note of what he just said about dunks.
Yeah.
Guy works, he comes in every day, regardless of how he plays, he puts in the time. Whatever.
Our dog.
You Spo was rats off a ship.
I mean, listen.
No. Rats off a ship. He was in witness protection at the end of the year.
He was.
Okay.
And it's
now all of a sudden you have these kind words. He's the same guy.
Fight shooters with shooters, dude. You know, don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Aye, buddy.
You think he's gonna play 6 minutes tonight?
I mean,
well, Tyler Hero did miss most of the game because he got poked in the eye, Captain Insano style.
Can like, for me, when I see like dunks and there's certain guys that you just say shoot your way out of it. Dunks never really got that opportunity. And what ends up happening is the amount of time he has to turn it around shrinks. So in effect, that makes it continue because he doesn't have as much time as he used to have to turn it around. And so, no, Spo was rats off a ship. Come on. Wait. Hold on.
He's got easy passes.
Who was your buddy last year?
What do you mean, who's my buddy?
Just what I said. Look, you know what you did?
What?
You did an old Talladega Nights.
What do you mean?
Right? You say, hey, I'm a driver's wife. I don't work.
You're saying I left dunks for Strus?
In fairness, so did Jimmy.
You took the Strus picture and put it on top of it.
That's not true.
Yes,
that's my guy.
No.
I invented Duncan Robinson. I was rooting for him when he was wearing number 62.
You were rats off a ship. You are terrible.
No, he is.
Now all of a sudden you back in love with Duncan.
Because he went out there and he made all those little kids go home sad, and I love that.
Marcos, is there anything that I have said that has not been accurate about how he just jumped off the ship head first?
What are you talking about?
Last year?
Me?
Yeah, this guy's a fraud. No, we've heard him over and over again.
This is ridiculous. Where
did this come from?
I don't know.
Fat cat syndrome.
He read it?
No. Now all of a sudden you passing the buck. Stop. Apologize.
I'm not apologizing. I didn't do anything wrong. That's my guy. You know what? You gotta be. I'm sorry. I'm in a job of honesty. And we're in the trust tree. I never said he was a bum.
Trust tree?
Yeah.
You're a fraud.
What do you mean?
Oh my goodness.
Why? Just because Max Strus had a little runski last year?
No. Hey, no. How quick did you say, you know what? Dunks, you made it to 500 threes quicker than anybody in the history of the NFL. But I'm going to roll with Max Strus.
He's going to get
roll with Max Strus.
He's probably going to get the franchise record. I would say probably by next month. He'll pass Tim Hardaway?
Not if he goes out and pulls the Sacramento Kings and be sitting on the bench again.
I don't know. I think, look, he's
too
good at that job.
Nope.
They bring him back.
He would have already had the record. If people were a little more patient with a shooter.
He didn't lose his starting job till like 15 games left in the season last year.
So again, I don't want to hear it. Now you're trying to throw a little softball up there.
That's not fair.
It wasn't that bad.
Where's my equity? Like, I put an investment into this home back when nobody knew who he was.
This is you.
Hold on.
Hey, Dunks, how you doing? Sorry, buddy. Rats off a ship.
That's not fair. So let me get this straight. When I'm the only guy interviewing, back in the day, hold on. No. I want to just put this out. When I'm the only guy interviewing this guy on media day, I'm the only guy. I say, hey, this was the greatest summer league performance. Before anybody knew who he was, I built the Duncan Robinson bandwagon. And so it goes a little off kilter. I just take a little pit stop over to Strusville, and all of a sudden I'm not his fan anymore?
Hey.
What is that?
Let me ask you a question. if I made you dunks and somebody did that to you and went somewhere else, you ain't letting them back. I know you. I know you.
We go in the locker room last night, and everybody's going to the dunks, and he kind of looks, and I don't know if he said this directly to me, but maybe he was thinking it when he saw me, and he goes, "Long time no see." I don't know if that was directly me. I don't know if it was. There was a group of us.
Hey, point for dunks.
What?
Point for dunks.
-1.
Wait, you
Point
hold on.
for
Dunks.
Hey, let me explain something to you. It was meant for you.
What do you mean? That's not fair.
Oh yeah.
This is ridiculous. Why? I didn't make the decision. I never said bench him. Jimmy
Really? You
Butler
called
did.
him a bum.
No, I never did.
Yes,
That's
you
not
did.
true. Fat cat syndrome, yes.
Marcos.
But just because you have fat cat syndrome doesn't make you a bum. Just means you get a little fat and sassy. And by the way, he put in the work this offseason.
You had Max Strus over.
Oh,
for
my
sure.
goodness.
For sure, you had
Max Strus was the
over.
leading scorer last night.
He had a good game.
He was good. He's good. They're both good. Why can't I enjoy them both? A little shooter polygamy.
You making it sound like there's an intangible limit.
Look, all I know is that bench was good last night. And by the way, shout out to the mechanic for all you guys who doubted him. I mean, this guy was a motor last night. You want to talk about a guy under the hood who got it going. My guy, the dead man. What?
Stop it.
What are you talking about?
This is more recent. That's right. This is more recent.
You hear that?
You telling the people of South Florida that you have never said Dedmon was old, looked slow.
He did. I didn't know he had plantar fasciitis at the time, though. In fairness, I just thought he was
maybe
old.
you should open your mouth.
Well, when I had more details, it was helpful. Looked healthy last night.
You can't just take.
You know what I love? I love when he hits the three, gets on the phone. Ring, ring. You hear that heat engine last night?
No, it didn't. You know what I heard?
You want to know why? Mechanic.
Why? Let me tell you. You know what I heard? I heard a boat pull up to the dock right behind AAA, right? There was Dunks and Dedmon getting off the boat, and you on the other side in the water saying, "Can I come?" And they're like, "No."
Rats off a ship.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Not fair. I get it on the ground floor. I got to be critical when I say when I see what I see.
No. You are ruthless.
I'm not
with
ruthless.
how you will flip the script on a player.
It's not true.
Team. Oh, your loyalty is unbelievable.
My loyalty
the only person, right, that you really have had loyalty to is Bam.
Yeah, well, he's a great player. It's a slump. You see him last night? Lob City.
That's
Dunking
it.
on
That's
dunking
you
on
right
everybody's
there.
head.
Hey, you
chase
know
down
what?
blocks.
Wear that to the gala. I want
Al
you to dress
Golden?
up like him. Yeah, a white shirt, an orange tie, and just walk in like this.
We'll take a quick break. By the way, that Heat recap that was our headlines, and they were brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at the car store?
Trades.
Palmetto
Come on.
Ford.
We know trucks.
Yes, we will get to those
And
trades.
we
But
know
first,
pass rush. We know pass rush now.
we know pass rush, dude. We'll take a quick break. Back with more Tobin and Leroy after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
We understand the answers to our test. Fight shooters with shooters.
You always try to renege on some of the things you say. Like you blasting Dunks.
I didn't blast him. I mean,
Marcos.
what did I do that was wrong? I don't understand.
Yeah, so I figured you'd take this flip-flop approach.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You guys are coming with
You got Dunks, you got Strus. All these guys are under 30.
Haywood.
Do we have dunks?
Oh gosh.
See that game yesterday?
Oh my goodness. You guys don't
It wasn't
because he
good,
missed a
dude.
couple of shots.
Well, I
Dude,
don't know
I
if
mean,
it was him. What was
He is in his head. Game one of the preseason. First of all, he's doing a thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I watched Duncan Robinson warm up maybe more than any Heat player. Okay. He's just in that window of the time I get there. Now all of a sudden he's practicing runners. And I'm like,
He's just trying to get a bigger bag.
I understand,
all.
but I don't want that to be his bag. I want his bag to be greatest shooter on the planet. And now yesterday he's like trying to put it on the board, put it on the wood, try and go and make some moves happen. No, hit some bombs. He looks a little bulkier, dude. Those threes weren't. He had one three that like bounced in and out, but he had some that weren't even close. I actually don't disagree with that take at all. I stand by a lot of that. I agree. Like I don't want him.
He
I
put
want
on
him
some
hitting
weight.
I want him hitting bombs.
Let me show you how you're a fraud, though. Dunks went into the gym, put on a couple of pounds, look swole, look cut, and you say he put on a couple of pounds, now he can't shoot. Tyler doesn't put on any weight. He gets a little muscle, and you're like, woo, rip.
I'll tell you why.
swole.
I'll tell you why. It's a very simple reason.
Why?
Look, I don't know if it affects his shooting or not because I'm not an athlete. I don't know.
You
I'm just
certainly
throwing
went
theories.
out there on the limb and said
But
he looks big.
Tyler, I expect to be a guy who needs to up his game getting to the rim. I don't expect that from Duncan Robinson. Dude, every time he goes to the rim, people are looking bewildered.
You got
it's
here.
It's gonna happen for the Leroy. For the rest of his career, when people see Duncan Robinson go to the rim, he's gonna be going willy-nilly because no one expects it. They expect him to shoot threes.
Here's the problem, though. Okay? If they do a good job defending the three and you don't have anything else in your bag, Spo can't play you. So you have to develop that to keep the defense honest.
No, you want to know why Spo can't play him? 2 fouls in 2 minutes. That's why he can't play him. It has nothing to do with his bag. It has nothing to do with his bag.
I'm going to say this. That point, I'll allow.
Yeah, it's true. And by the way, you want to know something? Genius move yesterday. Genius by a genius. Because you want to know what Spo did?
What?
Zone. Went to the zone. Ron Rothstein was saying this. He goes, you can't pick on Duncan if you're going the zone. Can't pick on him. And that's exactly what happened. Now, are you doing it with a bit of a prayer against a team like Golden State? Certainly, because they missed some open ones, especially that bum Klay Thompson. Am I right, Marcos?
Oh, no. No. Don't fall for it, Marcos. He just
Washed, my friend.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, man.
Hey,
that guy.
I think I saw him sleeping on a bench as I left the arena.
yeah. I wouldn't be
Hey.
surprised.
I had Marcos on my side. We were team Marcos and Leroy against Tobin. He sent me a text. Hey, he said, "Hey, I got some tape." Right? We were all together, and all you had to do was get him back to your side and say, "Klay Thompson."
All right, am I right?
That guy is a
Let me tell you something too, Marcos, about Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
You can tell he's jealous and stuff.
Hey,
Like,
you know what else? You did this.
Hmm?
You did this with Lowry,
what do you mean?
right? Because I was gonna have Lowry on my side.
Mhm.
Because once we start talking about you saying he had a rump roast, it was gonna be on. We was gonna gang up against you, and then you say, "How's golf game?"
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you're easily distracted.
The worst.
Super jealous of Steph Curry. He shot
Dude,
the most.
so
yesterday.
jealous of Steph
It's
Curry.
so
And like,
crazy.
because Steph Curry's out there and all the little kids like, Steph! Ah!
Mhm.
And so Klay comes out, show pony,
Yep.
and he has a Bahamas jersey on.
Oh wow.
Trying to play to the
nice.
hometown crowd. Where are
There
my
it
fellow
goes
Bohemians
again.
at, huh? And like, no one's paying attention to him. Everyone's watching Steph. Steph.
Yeah.
You can tell it gets under his skin. He's tired.
Yeah.
Eh,
He's had enough, man.
He's had enough. He has had enough. But I'll tell you this. That's Steph Curry. He's a fun watch in pre-games. You just can't fall for his tricks. You know, like JV, bring up this. This is what he does, Leroy. He goes to half court and he's hitting bombs, and everybody, they go wild. You know, look at this guy. I mean, he's got, and like when they go behind the basket, it's just nothing but Warriors fans. He just does that with ease. And look, going in. He does this entire thing where he goes back to the free throw line, back to the 3-point line, further back until he gets to half court, and he won't move until he hits a half court shot. But whatever, still got his ass kicked by Duncan
Got
Robinson
mad
last
handles.
night. Yeah, he's
Oh,
really
is that Clay?
good.
Is that Clay?
No, I don't
No
know who that
way.
is. I think that's Jermichael Green.
Okay.
Clay gets out there later. You know,
Too busy.
there he
putting on
is
his
in the white jersey.
Bahamas jersey.
Please, somebody pay attention to me.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they're all there for Steph. Sorry, Clay.
And they just like, man, people don't normally go to the games in Miami that early.
No, but
But
they're
it's
all
packed.
it's all bandwagon Warriors fans. They all want to
Oh,
watch him
yeah?
warm up,
And cheering for practice.
cheering for practice.
That-
But
that's
it's fun.
lit.
But like the thing that's crazy about him is he puts on a show. Like he's doing like tricks. He's doing real drills. You know, like
Bet you
most
can't
guys
shoot
warm
through
up.
that smoke, though.
But yeah, like most guys are out there. They're like, whatever. You know, warm ups, do my thing. Steph's out there. He wants to entertain the crowd. He's a showman. You got to respect it.
Oh, that's his cold spot right there. Right there.
It is until it isn't. He's just
Uh,
messing around. That's
Oh,
what he
yeah.
does.
I'm not
He's-
gonna lie. Like I'm watching the second half
I'm like,
video, and I'm
hey,
entertained.
I want to be so.
He's-
Hey,
he's-
I want to
that's
be
what I'm
so
saying.
mad.
I almost fell for his tricks.
I want to be
Because-
so mad, but I'm like, damn, that
Yeah,
that boy good.
you know what it's like, dude? I was talking to Eric Reed about this last night. It's like watching Floyd Mayweather hit mitts. Like I'm just hypnotized.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I love watching him practice. But then I want him to lose so bad because I want those little bandwagon fans to leave home sad.
And you don't even dislike Clay because of Clay. I mean, because of Steph. You don't dislike Steph because of Steph. You dislike Steph because of all the bandwagon people.
Yeah, how do you,
Right.
how do you dislike Steph Curry?
You
And by the
can't.
way, last night when Jimmy Butler fouls him or gets the block, but they first call it a foul, I'm like, no shot he's winning this review. That's like fouling Jordan. There's no way they're gonna give you fouled Steph Curry on a 3 and they're gonna give Jimmy Butler the call. I'm like, he's got no shot. And apparently he didn't even know the rule when you touch ball and then hand first. He's like, I didn't know. I had to go to Kyle Lowry. And because Kyle Lowry
No.
knows all the rules.
Lowry went right up to him like, "Did you touch it?
Did you touch it?
Touch it?
Did you touch it? Did you touch it?
Wow."
Here was
dude.
Jimmy
Hey,
after the game.
hey, you know what? As much as I enjoy Kyle Lowry, he has to be a pain in the ass as a teammate, right?
Dude, he knows.
You cannot wait. First of all, you can't talk to an official. He got all them on lockdown. All of them.
Yep.
And last night they were working overtime
Dude,
because
it
you
was-
also got Draymond.
It was him and Draymond at one point in the fourth quarter just arguing with the refs. And let me tell you something. The refs last night, apparently there was like some point of emphasis email on discontinued dribble because they called Jordan Poole on discontinued
Oh,
dribble
Well, no,
3 times.
because here's the deal. You can't do this with the ball.
Yeah, you go, meh, 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 meh. And like so everybody, so now all he was like upset because he's like throwing up some Iverson highlight on Instagram afterwards. Jordan Poole, punchable face.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Wow!
No, dude. Hey.
What?
no. You can't say that after dude got knocked out.
Yeah, I could see why it happened.
No, you see why it happened because Draymond.
Did you see the meme he turned into afterwards when the ref gave him the third foul? He goes,
What?
so there's it like went all over Twitter yesterday. He gives like he's a child.
He is a child though. Like I can, I don't know what happened with the
Jordan
the
Poole
argument
has
between
that kind
him-
of Steph look, and he's probably 40, but he looks 17.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
17 though. Like there's this circulating story essentially that if like there's pretty girls in the front row, Jordan Poole is about to put up 30 kind of thing.
Oh, really?
So, you got that. You got him complaining about travel calls.
It was like because it was funny. They had like so many travel calls and this. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, what are these? The most fundamental refs ever?
It's like the offside.
You never see that in the end. Like
Like they
good,
got
I guess-
who's your refs? They got who's your
I
refs?
was like, I guess good. They're calling it by the rules, but like you never see this. They were calling travels and discontinued dribbles. But dude, you were so right. When it was Kyle Lowry and Draymond, I was like, that referee has to be exhausted right now.
Right. Because especially, and here's the worst part. If Draymond were to foul Kyle Lowry and they're both arguing their case to the same ref, like usually it's different situations because they don't guard each other. But oh my goodness, it just won't stop.
It was Jimmy on the getting the call overturned against Steph Curry.
And I don't know all of the rules. Kyle does. I know I hit the ball first, And then, yeah, a little bit of hand after the follow through. So, you know, I told Spo, hey, look, man, I think you should challenge it because I did hit the ball first. And then Kyle was like, did you hit the ball first? Yes, I hit the ball first, Kyle. And Kyle was like, oh, I know the rules. It's our ball. So that's how that went down.
Of course he knows the rules.
Of course. Wait, you cannot be a good complainer if you're not familiar with the rules.
No,
Right?
he knows the rules, and like if he does it, like he goes back to the review booth to get evidence. It is like having a lawyer on the court.
Yeah. He's picked it up.
Yeah, no, he had some good baskets yesterday.
Yeah.
No,
Thank God, because
that's a
they
great-
probably after game 10, you would probably bench him. Like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, Gabe Vincent was a plus 29 yesterday.
So was
Ooh.
Dunks.
Plus 20.
Oh, wait. Over under 15 minutes for Dunks this next game.
Tonight? So you're saying
Oh,
tonight?
it's back to back?
Yeah, back to back. Play the
Oh,
Kings
no, I don't
tonight.
want to do back to back. It's over because Tyler won't play.
Yeah.
for sure.
So it's going to be way over.
By the Indiana Pacers game on Friday.
There you go. No, let's go when Tyler gets back.
When do you think that I think? Because he said he could see by the end of it. He said he could have come back in the fourth quarter. So you think he'll play tonight?
When they said contusion, I'm thinking he either cut it or scratched his eye and it was a little blood in the eye. I don't know.
I don't know.
Right?
He had
If
some
you
big
break the
sunglasses on
skin
last night.
and you need stitches, that means there's going to be swelling.
That's
Because
an
anything
interesting
that
point.
gets stitched, it just swells. So from that standpoint, I don't know. He's gonna have a black eye? Is it gonna be swollen?
I
Like
couldn't
we
tell
don't know.
because he had giant glasses on last night. So,
He always wears giant glasses.
but these were like grandma at Publix.
Oh no, the blue blockers.
Yeah,
That's what I call them. You know them glasses that look. Nothing says I just left the eye doctor like them big glasses that wrap around your face, right? Yeah.